Another vlog. Probably missed it at the start there. Welcome back. Hope you're all well out there, wherever you are, podcasts, on the tube, on the book, whatever you're doing. It's Tuesday evening. It's shift change for me. Yeah. Decent day, not too bad. I did get another video done last night. I had a good night last night. The Rode mic interview unboxing and setup. So talk a little bit about that, so you can go over and check all about this. You can obviously hear the sound from today and then from yesterday's as well. Also, you'll hear the difference in the thing we go through and talk about the sound with this, with the muff on, just the wireless go on the shirt, and then also with the Rode Video Micro, that you'll hear all the differences. So it'll give you a good idea, I guess, of which one sort of suits your style and what's good for you. So yeah, basically tonight I'm going to be heading out. I said to you, I think the other day, good mate of mine for work. I've worked here for 10 years. He's got a new camera. Well, he's had it for a little bit. Hasn't done much astro. I said, I'm going out. If you want to come along. It's got a Nikon Z6. Decent camera, a really good camera. So it's a full frame. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see that up against the M50 and what we can sort of both pull out. Hopefully I've got enough step-up rings for him that I can let him have a crack of the Nissi night filter that I use, the light pollution filter. He hasn't used one of them, so that'll be good. So yeah, hopefully you get to all meet Ben in the video when I get that released. So it should be a good night. It's clear skies, no clouds. There's no moon tonight, and the Milky Way should be pretty much up all night. So if you're looking for something to do tonight and you want to go and shoot and you've got a bit of spare time, I guess just check your local area. But yeah, we've got no clouds here. But yeah, the Milky Way should be fairly good tonight for the moon over the next couple of nights. So good chance for you to get some Milky Way stuff. So yeah, go over, check out the video, new video there. And don't forget, we've got that Luminar 4 link down below as well. That's new to the channel, so that helps out the channel as well. It's obviously it's an affiliate link, so it does help support the channel a bit. If you are going to get it, if you come through us, that would be much appreciated. So pretty cool. And yeah, let's get into it. Canon rumours. There's some sad news on Canon rumours. Now, it's a CR2, so it's not 100% positive, but he's pretty confident that it's going to be that way. There will be no 5D Mark V come out. The 5D series, I think the 5D Mark II is well regarded as one that sort of took the DSLR and put video in it that was usable and sort of created an explosion that coincided with YouTube and social media and all that sort of following. So it's pretty well known that series has been a huge influence to a lot of people's videographers' lives, I guess, as a mobile tool that they can use to, I guess, create their masterpieces, I guess. So yeah, I guess it's sad for those guys that have been used to that 5D range. The 5D Mark IV is a great camera, but yeah, rumours saying they're not going to destroy the complete DSLR series. They're still going to make something. It's unsure what they're going to create. Maybe they might make just a one DSLR, have a DSLR like a mid-range or something, and then have the 1DX range in the DSLR. Just have those two model segments and keep them in the DSLR. Cut out 3 or 4 different other models. Obviously, that's really cost effective, and as we all know, all the camera companies are struggling, so they obviously need to cut some costs. And with everyone pretty much going into mirrorless, I think having just that one, having a couple of options left behind is good common sense. It supports those people that really don't want to change, and that's fine. You don't have to become mirrorless. It's completely how you like or enjoy taking your photos. It doesn't matter what you use. So yeah, I think that's sort of sad in that in regard. We won't see another one of that famous model, but don't fear, there is something coming to be in its place, I guess, is all you can really say. Chevy announces a full-size electric pickup. basically through some back doors and some things, some guys found some information. No other details yet. All we know is full-size electric truck, and it's going to have 400-mile range. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, there's a full F-150s well in advance of moving along there. I did hear the other day, though, that Ford may have pulled their money out of Rivian, which was a bit strange because they had invested at least $500 million in there, and Rivian had just expanded and got some more capital. I don't know how you pull your money out when they've probably spent it all. So that was a little bit weird. I'm not sure 100%. That was just someone making a comment in the comment section of one of the videos. So it was a little bit strange, but yeah, all happening over there at the moment. Sony PS5, that's been limited apparently to one per person. Some people found it in the coding and the backdoor avenues, as they always do, that there's going to be a limit built into the pre-order system so that you can only buy one. So you can either choose the disc or the internet only type variant. So that's pretty interesting. They've doubled the production up to 10 million instead of 5 million, and they're still limited. So there must be a massive demand to get these things once they come online. So yeah, crazy times. If you want one, you need to probably get your mate to buy you one, I guess, or have a separate email address and a separate payment system. I think there's always ways to get around it. Some positive COVID news as well today, so it was really good. Over at Oxford University, they announced that their first stage of human trials had gone really, really well. That was the first stage is 1,000. I think it goes 1,000 people. Then the second stage is like 10,000, and then 100,000. And I think after the 100,000, that's when they can start pumping out their drugs and giving them to people to try. I think that's when they get the tick of approval. This still takes obviously a couple of months to do, but the first stage is over. Out of 1,000 people, obviously no negatives, all positives. Their variant is the one that helps you recover. There's two variants. You get one that recovers, and there's one that prevents it. This is a recovery type vaccine. So I think you'll find that that's really, really good news. Great to see that the first stage is pretty much positive. They're going to move into the second stage. They're now the number one team looking at getting something out to everyone. So they've started mass production already of the vaccine in preparation for it passing the other two stages and getting approval. So they're pretty confident, much like I can't remember the name of the big boys that had it, and they had to put back their first trial. They were in front. They had to push back. So now they're chasing up. They're going to have to play the chasing game. It's big money. I figure at least $1 trillion to whatever company can get this out first. So $1 trillion bounty up for grabs, and the planet is desperate for it and willing to pay, I think, whatever. It can't come soon enough, so the money's not an issue. But yeah, you can imagine what this is worth to those companies to become number one to get that vaccine. Now, big news, the last big news of the night is pretty much a good one. Nikon has released the figures on the Z5, no pictures. Jared Poland over at Frono's Photos, he chatted to them. They didn't have any photos that they could use for the video. Nothing's been released in that regards, but he's saying basically it's a very similar body to the Z6. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like tonight. The only difference is they're moving the dial over to where the digital screen is. They're getting rid of that digital screen and having a dial there. So that's the main physical difference. It's a new type sensor, a non-BSI, full frame, 24.3 megapixel. It's got the new Xpeed 6 processor, also the same as the Z6, so that's 100 to 51,200. It's got 273 face detect squares, which cover 90% of the screens. That's pretty good. That's not bad for this is only it's supposed to be an entry level, just above the Z50. So that's pretty good for what it can do. Animal IAF, human IAF, it only shoots 4.5 frames a second, which is strange because as an entry point, it's probably not video centric. So it's strange that the photography side is a little bit hampered there. So it's pretty much not going to be good for fast moving sports stuff at 4.5 seconds. That's that one's probably the worst one of the lot. It does, however, have a 1/8,000th of a second shutter speed, which is pretty good for an entry level. So it's got some pros and some cons in there, and sort of, I guess you got to make sense and see if it's something you're into. It's going to have the same EVF as the Z6. It does have 5-axis stabilization, or 5 stops of IBS. The panel on the back is only tilt up and down. That's not going to help them whatsoever. I know some photographers don't really want it, but everything's got, like the M50, everything's got that tilt around the side. Everyone wants to use that. If you've got video in it, you need to have one of them if you're even worried about video at all. So very strange that they didn't put that in. It's got that same just pull out, tilt up screen. That's probably the only thing I think that's going to hurt them in their sales, is the fact that everyone that's buying them, they all want the panel that can spin around and do everything. So very strange. It does have 2 dual SD card slots, not spots. 4K 30 frames a second at a 1.7 crop, 1080 at 60p, no crop, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and it has USB-C for charging, but it didn't say if that USB-C you could plug in a SSD hard drive. If it could, that would be awesome, and you wouldn't care about the twin SD cards. I'm hopeful they're smart enough that that USB-C is going to allow you to put a portable hard drive on there and record straight to that. That is, we don't need CFS Express cards. We don't need $600 friggin' SD cards. All we need is a Thunderbolt 3 or 4. Thunderbolt 4 would be better, or a USB-C, so I can plug that hard drive in there. Fixes all those problems. 1 SD card slot for a backup that can save them all as JPEG. So at least, worst case scenario, you've got a JPEG file of your shot. Perfect. Or a HEF, or that could record just in HEF to compress it all. But at least you've got something then, and then everything else will be recorded straight to your Samsung T5 or 7 or your WD little SSD, one of those suckers. So I think that's the way forward. So just, obviously it's only just been announced, so it's hard to, I did chuck a question to Phonos to see if he would get back to me if he knew anything about that. So I'll let you know if I do find out. $1,400, not really an entry point camera for $1,400. That's about $2,000 Australian. That's pretty insane. I don't think that. You can get an M50 for $600 on eBay, brand new. The specs, I mean, there's really not there. There's a couple of things that are sort of up, but there's a few things that are sort of at that lower level. I don't think it's got enough ups to throw it up to the $2,000 mark. That's pretty insane. I'm sure you could buy an RP, Canon RP or an R second hand for $2,000 online. No dramas. Why would you pay $2,000 for a base model Z camera? That's pretty exy. Be interesting to see what the Australian price is. Ours tend to be a little bit higher than that because that $1,400 doesn't have tax on it as well, being the States. So add another 10 to 15% in there, could be around the $1,500, $1,600. So then you're looking at 2,200 Australian. So yeah, pretty scary. Hope that's not the case. Hope when it releases out, they can see a little bit of the light and adjust that price down. If they could bring that round to about the 1,000, worst case 1,100 max with tax over there, and then Australia, that's probably not too bad. Around the $1,500 to $1,800, you'd probably go right. Sooner it hits that 2 mark, I think they're going to scare off a few people, especially with that no flippy screen. That's going to cost them. I think I can't see that being advantageous at all. And that's about it. That's all I got for you today. I've got to get ready, got to pack bags, got to do this. Dinner, get ready. We're shooting out about midnight. So I've got a few things to sort out. I've got to do washing. It's all happening tonight. I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow afternoon. I might get up, see how I go. If not, it'll be Thursday morning, obviously, because shift change. But yeah, I'll see you all soon. I hope you enjoy that video. Go over and check out the Rode mic unboxing and testing. And I will see you all on the next one. Too easy. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great evening or day or morning or sleep or up or down or wherever you are. I'll see you soon. All right, whether you're coming that way or that way, I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.